Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and today we're going to be working on the Schroll Coupe again. So we are getting closer to making this a drivable car. We worked on getting a bunch of different stuff done in the last couple updates. This one hopefully will be a pretty satisfying one. Joe that's been working on our interior called us and said that he got the door cards pretty much finished. And remember in the last video Steve and I worked on doing the roof insert, and we got that sent off to Joe, and luckily we were able to get it to him just in time, and he was able to get the roof insert recovered with the door cards, so we can put our chrome garnish molding in, roof insert, and door cards in, and pretty much get the thing to the point where it looks how it's going to look for most of this summer. And then when Joe has another opening, we can finish the headliner and all that stuff. So we're going to do a quick fun little video installing some of that stuff, show how it looks, and we're going to try and take this thing out for a little ride around with the fancy new interiors. So let's get going. All right, we got our roof insert back, and we test fit it in the car here, and it looks super cool. Joe came back today with the door cards. We're gonna get them mounted up. We already, last time, I don't know if we really showed, but last time Joe mounted the rear cards in here just to get them in there. Steve did a great job doing these little hidden switches we have for the fuel pump and stuff, so they're kind of rolled in there with the seat. And we got the roof insert in. And we're hoping it will age in with the car as we drive it and put some miles on. So got the door cards, we're gonna get those mounted up and mount the garnish molding and see what this thing looks like with basically all the trimmings in it. It should be fun. All right, so Joe made this, while we're working on getting the garnish molding in, Joe made this, I guess, this beading here for it that's gonna actually go around. You guys can see he's fitting that in underneath. A bunch of people were asking about how we were gonna finish it out. So this does pull tight with a bunch of studs underneath there, all throughout, so we can tighten it down. They're pretty close together, and then it's gonna pinch down on this fabric, and you'll have that finished beaded edge there, so it should look pretty sweet. So we got this garnish molding on. One door pretty much completed. It looks freaking awesome. Super psyched on this. Yeah.
tried doing the center punch and you couldn't see it.
Yeah. First one you done like, is that the first one you done like that on one of these cars?
Yeah.
It's not a very 50s, mid 50s thing. It's not something a lot of people are doing. That's why I like doing that stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's what you like. That's fine. Most of the street rods I see are, you know, the roofs are filled anyway. You know.
Why are you blowing air into this thing?
So we took the Schroll Coupe, like we mentioned, for its first little bit of drive. Steve and I took it on a lunch trip, and it actually, we had some typical issues, but one of the things was I think I talked about, we were getting a little bit of dirt in the cars. We got that cleaned out, put another fuel filter in, even though it's a brand new tank. But the car was running a bit warm. It wasn't overheating, but for the temperature it was outside and a little bit of driving we did, we were kind of like, this doesn't seem quite right. So we were suspected a radiator, because when Steve had blew it out, or had flushed it out, it had a little bit of crap in it. But I guess with us driving it and getting cooling through it, yeah, you could see like all the nonsense that's coming out of this radiator. So.
Oh, there it goes.
Good job. Like, I don't even know what.
It looks like someone's hair.
Yeah.
It's like you're cleaning out the shower drain from my house.
That's basically what this is, except it was a little mousey was living in this for many, many years. How did this thing even run and not? There you go. Oh, let's see what it does. Since we had it running once, maybe it'll...
Don't need it.
Mainly just pulling out with it, but it's cold. Probably should let it warm up.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, good test for the radiator.
Yeah.
It's so cold out today, it shouldn't...
Right. If it gets hot today, we got an issue.
Definitely got to flush that radiator again.
Mm-hmm.
That aluminum flywheel, man, you got to really be...
You got
to be into the gas to get it to go.
Yeah, you got to zing it a little bit. Good.
Yeah.
Good old FedEx.
There's no thermostat in it still, right?
No,
Okay.
pulled it out.
Just curious for...
Yep. Nice. It feels like it's got good acceleration and runs nice and smooth.
Yeah, it wants to go, and I barely have to get on it. You know, once
Yeah.
you pull out, I think it has enough power to get past the highway gears. I don't think it's an
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue.
It's nice because you can cruise in first gear around town, and you're not, like, the RPMs aren't super high.
Yep.
Not horrible, but
Nope.
keep an eye on it. temp kind of starts dropping or whatever.
Yep.
Or if it stays at 120, we know we're doing all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to see what the temperature gauge does now. Nice.
I'm really impressed how solid this car feels driving down the road.
Yep. They're running 50, 55 now. The car's it doesn't ride bad, it doesn't steer bad. It's impressive.
Crazy.
It is, too. Yeah, it's nice. Cruising right along. Oil pressure right up against 60.
Yeah. It probably still needs some clearing out though.
It could, yeah. That's not bad. I mean, for an overhead valve engine, if it's under 200 degrees, you're all right. 200 hot.
I just mean for how cool it is today.
Yeah.
It probably should be a little further down. So I think we just keep clearing it out.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Interesting to see if once you speed up again, if it'll
Drop
back down.
Yeah. Shift into high gear.
Now we're getting close to 200.
Yep. Oh boy. Look at that spike.
What happened?
Car slowed down. Good this way.
Come on. Oh, it just like the. That was weird. Bouncing all over the place.
Yep. Yeah, that's an odd little thing it's doing there.
Slowing down. There's a church right up here we can stop and
Yeah. Good idea.
It seems like it's getting worse as I'm going faster. It's windy as shit today. Come on, baby.
Just a little further.
Look at that.
Yep.
It might be going too fast through the radiator.
It definitely could
Because
be.
as soon as I let off there, it started dropping.
Yep.
And now when I got on it, it's heated up again.
Yep. Might have to just put a restrictor in it.
Well, we have the thermostat out. So
Yeah.
it's crazy that gauge reads that fast.
Right. That was weird how it jumped like that.
Yeah, we'll let it sit for a few minutes.
Yep.
Oops. All right, so as you can see, when broken down on the side of the road, the interior looks fantastic in this car. The roof insert looks really good. Door cards look good with all the Garnish molding, all that stuff. Looks freaking awesome. This car looks great. Looks good broken down. So we've been fighting with the radiator cleaning it out. We got all kinds of mouse nests and crap out of it. Decided to drive, and I decided to take it just a little bit further from home than we had been taking it, and something must have clogged in the radiator, because it was like, we were driving at like 170, 180, just driving for, I don't know, 7-8 miles, and all of a sudden we got off the, you know, one of the main roads onto a back road, and it just like, boom, instantly the temperature started spiking. We pulled over, let it cool down, went like, I don't know, a mile, maybe a mile, and then if that, and it spiked right back up. The radiator's cool, like to the touch, in the center here, like the core is just totally cool. It's like ice cold. So, all right, so we had to do a revision to our outro because I knew we were gonna get destroyed in the comments after that. So we took the car for a ride, obviously, and typical of me, but there was no safety net, and Steve and I just started driving. I'm like, yeah, this is going good, let's drive further. And we started getting further and further from home. Car did really, really well for 7 or 10 miles, and then all of a sudden it started like, the temperature just flew up and started overheating like crap. So we limped it along to where we kind of shot that first outro, so to speak, and we quickly realized that the crap that we had been blowing out of this radiator like 3 times now had broken loose and started clogging the radiator, and that was our problem. So we put some water in it, thanks to, I didn't catch their name, but a viewer that was driving by actually stopped, and he lived down the road and brought us some water, so it was very nice of him, thank you. We put some water in it, let it idle, and thought it was okay. We drove another 2-3 miles down the road, and again, it was fine, and then it started overheating again. So our buddy Ryan that helps us out part-time, luckily he had driven by. He had his car trailer only like a mile away, and the stars aligned and we were able to just tow it home, and it worked out just fine. So we got it home, Steve and I drained the water out of it, and we started cleaning out crap even more. So you can see some of it here. We have some better shots that are lit up, but there we got same thing, all kinds of like mousy nest had gotten inside of this thing. And yeah, so it was pretty bad. But we spent another hour or so cleaning it out more with compressed air and everything else. Flushed it out again. I just went and drove it. Way better, way better. When we first were having problems, the radiator was like, the core was like ice cold, like it was not even circulating coolant through it. Now it's really good. I started driving it, and the temperature was dropping as soon as you start getting moving, and wasn't overheating. So I think we're going in the right direction. Fingers crossed. So, anyways, interior looks awesome. It is super cool to drive this thing, and it starts really well. It drives very nice. Other than a couple little bumps and rattles that I would like to tighten up on this thing, it's really good. It's really good. And the interior, just Joe knocked it out of the park. We added this beading at the top of the roof, and Joe kind of came up with that idea when I cut the panel. I cut it just a little too short, thinking the material would take up more room. He ended up adding this welting around the outside, or whatever you want to call it, like windlace basically, and it looks awesome. It actually finishes it off pretty nicely. I'm happy with it. So now we just need to start driving this thing, working out the bugs, and just get it all jiving together. But it is super exciting. For that 10 miles that we did drive it, it was freaking awesome. We felt like the coolest guys on the planet, which is kind of what it's all about with this stuff. So that is probably one of the last big updates on the Schroll Coupe. We're just going to be taking it out this summer and driving it. So thank you guys for following along. This is super cool. So yeah, hope you can check it out at the show sometime soon. Thanks guys. Catch you later.